I know where we can go. I know where we can go. And it's all you and me. We'll kiss the sky goodnight.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you all are having a lovely day today. So first of all, before we are gonna start and jump into this video, I just want to say seasons. Yes, you guys, we are getting seasons. It's probably old news by now because the word has been out since yesterday. Yes, I think yesterday. And I'm so pumped. I'm so excited and I just cannot wait. I have so many ideas on what I want to build, how I want to play with it. This is just not the final piece because there are still some things missing from the game, but this is a large chunk of stuff I needed. I needed my seasons. I needed my winter time. I needed rain. I needed fall with leaves falling from the trees. Summer, we already have that, but a little of extent of summer would be nice. We're getting kiddie pools. I'm just so hyped. I'm so excited and I feel inspired again. And I have not been feeling inspired a lot lately. I've been starting projects and then, skipping them all together. I have so many unfinished projects on my computer. It's actually insane. I've just been feeling so meh about the game lately. I haven't been playing with my sim family anymore. It's just been so boring in my game. So the idea of having seasons again is just really awesome for me. I have been playing around with my Sims 3 a lot lately. That is something that I just cannot let go. So yeah, I'm just very happy right now and I'm feeling so inspired, and the reason that we are getting seasons is actually the reason that I'm building this house. So I started building this house on a Thursday. I think it's Thursday when we've gotten that little GIF on Twitter. It was like a little preview of a sneak peek that they were announcing something big the day after that. And when I saw that little preview, I just knew in my heart that it was seasons. So I knew I wanted to build something to celebrate. I don't know, something that would look really good in the winter, in the summer, and in spring and in fall time. And that came to this house right here. So I saw this house come by multiple times on my Instagram feed. I have Instagram, and there are a few real estate agents that I follow there, and I think this one is from Johan Cohen. If I'm saying his name correctly, he's a real estate agent. He does really beautiful homes, and this is one of the homes that he had on the feed. So no, this is not an original concept for me. This is a recreate. To be fair, it's not an exact copy. I did have some creative liberty, and I changed a lot of stuff on the exterior, but the little babbling river or lake or whatever is on the front with the little pond. That is from the picture, and also the tower placements and such. But all the rest is all on me. But when I saw that picture, it gave me such a very seasons vibe, and that is the reason why I started building this on Thursday. And then Friday, of course, we've gotten the trailer for seasons. So excited. I was so happy that my instinct was right. So yeah, I have to say I'm feeling overall happy. It's so weird how a expansion pack can just lift up your entire mood. It's like I'm walking on clouds. I know it's a little bit strange, but I am. I'm just feeling so happy, and feeling happy for me is a very rare thing because I'm still battling a very severe depression. So every happy day that I can get is really sacred to me. So yay, Sims team, for really helping me out through this very difficult time and giving me, something to look forward again. I'm so excited. Anyways, I've been babbling about seasons for 5 minutes straight, but you can tell I'm excited, right? But anyways, the house is taking shape, as you guys can see, and because this house is as large as a mansion, it took me 6 hours to build. So I started on a Thursday. I think I built a solid 3 hours then I've built another 2 hours yesterday, and then an hour this morning before I went to work, just finishing off all the rooms. It was a really, really large project, but because I felt so inspired and so happy, it wasn't a chore. It came so naturally, and it just really made me happy building this house and working on it. And I'm actually kind of sad that it's over. But because this house is so large and I spent so much time on it, and this is just a one episode build, I did cut out large pieces of me furnishing and also large pieces of me doing landscaping and such. But I did try to keep it very cohesive, and that the timeline, it all fits in, and that you don't really miss anything major. I really tried to edit it that way, so hopefully you guys can still see everything that I'm doing and that you get a feel of the house. So yeah, that's basically it. And also let me know in the comment section below the video. I'm also gonna add in a little eyedropper here in the right side corner for a little poll if you want to see a house tour of this house. I am very happy to do that if enough people vote on that. So there's a little vote button right here in the right hand corner, or vote for it down below and let me know if you want to see a house tour of this home. So yeah, what am I doing here? I'm just coloring foundations, working with different colors of foundations, and the reason why I do that is because of the wallpapers that I'm using. Some of the wallpapers that I'm using are brick, and then a brick foundation makes more sense. But some of the other wallpapers that I'm using are more wooden wallpapers. So then I think, well, a wooden foundation matches better. I don't really know if it works like that in real life. I don't think it does. I think in real life you just get one foundation, that's it. Not multiple like I'm doing. But that's fine. So here I'm just adding in some finishing touches to that little river kind of thingy, that babbling little brook, or I don't know how you call that. But yeah, I added in some stones. I added in lots of flowers and plants, and also lots and lots of terrain painting. I did terrain paint my heart out in this build. I don't know, I just have lots of love for the terrain paint recently. Usually I use tiling, everywhere. But for this house, it wasn't really an option because we are working on a diagonal, as you guys can see. And tiling on a diagonal is a bitch. Oops. Anyways, it's so hard tiling on a diagonal. I mean, you can tile on a diagonal with Ctrl F. You can make like this triangle shape so that you can tile your diagonal pieces. But it doesn't always add up to the house. And also it was a real pain furnishing this as well, because you can only place your staircases straight. You cannot place them sideways. I mean, you can place them sideways, so you can place them on like a, straight or on the left or on the right, but not on a diagonal. You cannot place any staircases, and I actually forgot about that before I started building this. So when I started doing, the little porches, I first made them straight. I did cut out that piece, but I first made them straight, and then afterwards I wanted to add in, the staircase, and then I couldn't. It kept getting like this error message, and at first I didn't really, register what I was doing wrong, because when you're building on this home, like really up close, like I'm doing right now, you're doing the landscaping and such, you actually forget that you're working on a diagonal. So at that point I was like, Mona, what are you doing? Why isn't this working? And then I took a step back and I was like, oh, that's why you're working on a diagonal. So I made all the porches, or the porches at the front, I made at a square, no, not a square, a triangle. I made a little triangle, as you guys can see right there. So it's actually straight when you look forward to the lot, but it's sideways when you look at the house. I cannot explain it, but it makes sense, and I think it looks really fun and interesting. So I'm actually kind of very happy with that front porch. It looks really cozy, especially with that little bench that I'm placing there, and all of the flowers and wind chimes and all that jazz. It's just looking really cozy and fun. So for the interior, by the way, we are furnishing this house on a very traditional manner. A lot of people aren't that used to me using, very, how do you say that? Very traditional furnishing. Usually I make all my houses modern or a modern and traditional infuse. Sometimes it's all traditional, like I'm doing right now, but it's very rare. I don't do it a lot because my preference goes out to modern builds. But for this house, it just made sense. It felt right, and it felt great doing it as well. I don't know. It just felt really lovely furnishing this all very traditional. And maybe because I have been doing so many modern builds lately, that this traditional build was exactly what I needed to, get my creative juices going again. I'm not sure, but I just had a blast. I'm hoping that you guys can see it in the build, and I'm hoping that you guys enjoy this house as much as I do. I can definitely not wait to start playing with this home. I'm definitely gonna make a sim family for this home, or I think I'm gonna start with just a single sim, and then I'm gonna maybe make another sim somewhere in the world, and then hold it. I'm gonna play out that entire love story first before they are gonna move in. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure about how I'm gonna start my story for this home, but it's gonna be awesome. And I'm actually gonna play with it this night because tomorrow is my day off of work. Yes, so excited about that because I have been working crazy hours again, just so that I can save up a little bit of money for my Disney trip that is upcoming in July. So in July, I'm going away for 8 whole days, or actually 10 if you count in the traveling. But we are going to France again. You guys know I love France, especially Paris. But this time we're actually staying a little bit off Paris. How do you say that? A little bit like a few kilometers. Oh my gosh, a few kilometers away from Paris. It's more like very oh my gosh, I don't know how you call it. Very landelijk. Lots of meadows and cows. I don't know how to say it. But anyways, we are staying on a very beautiful camping, and it is actually the first time for my husband, by the way, to stay in a mobile home with me. I have been staying at mobile homes a lot when I was little. We owned a mobile home in Duinerel. For the Dutch people, you know what Duinerel is, and we owned a mobile home there a long time ago. It was like, maybe 21 years ago, maybe even longer. We had a very gorgeous non-movable mobile home there. So for me, it's like really normal staying in one, but for my husband, it's like the first time, and he's actually kind of nervous, and he feels that it's not gonna be that luxurious, which it's not. Usually a mobile home is very basic, but for him, I did try to book a very luxurious looking mobile home. So hopefully the pictures are as good in real life as on the sites. Usually when you book like an hotel or an apartment, the pictures are better online than in real life. Usually in real life, it's more run down. So I'm hoping it's not gonna be too bad. I have my fingers crossed, but for me, everything is fine. I can work with everything. I love staying out in the open. I love camping. If it was up to me, I would have stayed in a tent. But me and my husband, by the way, have been camping. We just haven't been staying in a mobile home together, but we have been camping usually when we are going to like circuits. We are both very big fans of, racing cars and Formula One. And sometimes we even go to like these 24-hour drives. We live very close to the circuit in Solder here in Belgium. I don't know if you guys know it. But yeah, we live very close by to that circuit. And sometimes every year there is this 24-hour race. And every other year we try to really go there, and then we go camping with our tent. And it's a lot of fun, but it's not real camping because you do have electricity. So it's not off the grid camping like, a normal camper would do. We do have electricity. We take our party tent with us. We light it up with fairy lights. We have a fridge. Every luxury that you can think of, we take it with us. So it's more of a glamping that we do on the 24-hour races, but still it's a lot of fun. Anyways, why am I talking about my vacation? I'm not sure. Oh well, I forgot the point, but that's fine. So I'm going on vacation for 8 days in Paris. Oh, I've been saving up for the trip, and that's why I was working these crazy hours. It's coming back to me again. So yeah, that's the reason why I have been working all crazy hours, 7 days on 7, 40 to 50 hours a week, just so that I can pay for that, that Disney trip. I just need to go. Disney is my life. I love Disney so much, and I need to go like twice a year. Yeah, a minimal of twice a year, or I get withdrawals and anxiety, and it's just not my life. I need to go twice. So yeah, anyways, that's me about vacation time. What am I doing here? Oh, I'm furnishing the living room. So the living room, like I said, I'm going with this very traditional look, and I'm combining the Cats and Dogs expansion pack with the Parenthood pack, because you guys know I love that combination. And I also really liked the Laundry Day rug that I'm using right here. So the Laundry Day rug was a little bit too small for me, but when I enlarged it with the enlarge key, it looked a bit weird. So instead of enlarging, I decided to pull them two of them together and create a very large rug. So the only downside in using that technique, of course, is that you have this little stripe in the middle that you kind of really see, but for me, it doesn't really bother me, so that's fine. So here, changing the wallpapers, I really didn't know the color combination. I was like, should I go for an all browny color, maybe add in a little bit of gray, but we're going for the overall brown in this house. So yes, this house is very brown, very wooden, very traditional, but I like it. I love it. And I also really love the flooring. So the flooring that I'm using are actually diagonal flooring from the Vampire game pack. I love that flooring so much, but usually when I use it in a house, I'm like, why am I using diagonal flooring? It's a little bit weird, but for this house, because we are working on a diagonal, it made total sense. So I was so happy to use it in this house. And it looks really, really nice. And it also gave me, a little bit of a breather of using that Cats and Dogs wooden flooring like all the time. I've been overusing that floor. There's this really gorgeous kind of wooden flooring that you really can see the wood grain in Cats and Dogs. You guys know which flooring I'm talking about. I've been overusing that in every build, and every build I do try and use another kind of flooring, but I always change back to that. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's so gorgeous. But to use something else for a change was really nice. Anyways, what am I doing here? This is a really rare. So Mona, you cannot talk. Anyways, this is a really weird kind of shaped laundry room, and the reason why we are doing this right here is we had so much space right there, and to completely fill that space with only dining room or maybe another living room, I don't know. I just really felt like this house had too much seating areas already, and I needed to add in more seating areas. I mean, there's gonna be a piano room with some sofas. There's gonna be a bar area with, again, some seating areas. Upstairs we have like a little library section, again with sofas. So adding in another like an informal or formal living room, I just didn't want to do that. So I just thought, why not, use that weird space for this laundry room. I mean, a laundry room doesn't really need a window. I mean, a window is always nice in every room, but it doesn't really need it. So that is what I ended up doing. I just made a weird ass looking, I'm so sorry for my words, just a weird looking laundry room, but again, I like it. It's so interesting. The shape is all weird and funny, and that makes this entire build just so much more fun. So yeah, that's why I did it. Anyways, here starting with the dining room, a very normal, simple looking dining room. I went with very neutral colors. I'm actually going with very neutral colors throughout this entire home. This is a very neutral brown looking house, you guys. I'm not going with any crazy colors. No mustard yellows or bright blues or pinks or anything like that. No, it's just brown and beige and a little hint of green. Yes, there's green in the sofa. There's green in some of the chairs. So that is like the tiny hint of color, but that's it. So here starting with the office. So the office, I had a lot of fun building that. In the beginning, not so much. As you guys can see, it's just a weirdly shaped, normal looking office. I'm just really struggling at this point on how I want to place everything. It wasn't going like I wanted it to. It just didn't look right. Especially with that arch opening up in the dining room. I was like, Mona, what are you doing? It has no sense. And I also thought you have no profession for the people who are living here. And then I thought, well, why not go with a veterinarian? We haven't done a veterinarian in a hot minute. It's like a few months ago since I've done the last veterinarian kind of office or clinic. So it was time for me to make another one, and I had so much I had so much fun furnishing this one. It's again weirdly shaped, which I just thought was adorable. Why am I saying these weird sentences? I'm so sorry, you guys, if I'm talking weird. Again, like I said in the last video, I haven't been doing so many videos anymore. So talking English, it's hard. It's so hard. I'm sweating here because I cannot really talk properly, and I'm a perfectionist. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I like to perfect things that I do. Also with recording voiceovers. I can do a voiceover. I mean, I used to, not anymore, but in the beginning, I could do a voiceover like 10 to 15 times over until I found that I was saying interesting enough and also filtered enough so to put on, on the World Wide Web, because I didn't want to say things that I didn't like, and you can hear back again, like personal stuff. I didn't really talk about personal things for a very, very long time on my channel. I actually started, putting in more personal things. I think that was around the beginning of last year. I started being more personal, and then when my depression hit me, after my grandmother died, I started opening up more. So yeah. Anyways, trailing off, making things way too weird. What am I doing here? I'm making here a piano room, and I decided to open up the piano room with some very large looking windows and doors, looking into that little planetarian area, or how do you call it? A serra? I just decided to do that because there aren't any windows there, and I did want some natural lights going in, and some windows really just made sense to me, and it looks really nice. I really like how that looks. I do change the color though. Now it's like this really dark black color, and I changed it into a very light white color. Yeah, white is light, Mona. Oh my gosh, such a weird person. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm adding in some paintings and clutter. Oh, and I'm also using some items from the My First Pet stuff pack. Yeah, I know. I've sworn not to use that pack ever again, or as just as just as least as I can. But for this build, I needed some interesting and, nice looking pet beds, because this is a veterinarian. He has all sorts of cats and dogs of his own in his household, of course. So, and I didn't want to go with these boring pet beds that we've gotten with with cats and dogs. So I decided to use the first pet stuff pack. I'm so sorry for the people who don't have that pack. I really am. But I'm only using like 4 or 5 items. So if you don't have that pack and you have everything else, don't worry. Just download this house from the gallery and replace those items, or maybe those items get replaced automatically. I don't know. Maybe I don't know how that works, but you can replace the pet beds if you want to. So yeah, and I did pay like €10 for the My First Pet stuff pack. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I do want to use it sometimes, because if I don't use it, I'm throwing away my hard-earned cash, because I don't get any packs from the Sims team, like none. They don't ever acknowledge. No, that's not right. They did acknowledge me one time. One time they did feature one of my builds in like this blog post, I think, or something like that. But other than that, no. No, they don't know that I'm here as a builder, which is fine. I mean, I'm not mad at buying my packs. I even pre-ordered the season's expansion pack because I love it so much and I want to get it, in my hands as soon as possible. And I also really didn't want to splurge my money on other things, and then by the end of the month, when this pack comes out, it comes out on the 22nd of June. So that's like almost the end of the month. And the end of the month is always a big struggle for me. I'm running out of cash and we still need to go like a week or so. And I really need to look out that I don't overspend my money, because my children need to eat. So I just thought, why not pre-order it, spend the money whilst I have it right now, and I don't splurge it on, I don't know, flowers, because I do tend to do that. I'm a really big flower junkie lately, and I've been buying plants and flowers a lot. I have in my living room, I have like 8 or 9 plants at this point. But yeah, I tend to overspend sometimes. So I just thought, why not spend my money right now, so that when it releases, I have the expansion pack and I don't need to scrape some money together, look in every, jar if there's anything left. So yeah, I pre-ordered and I'm very happy about it. But yeah, like I said, I'm not getting any sneak peeks from the Sims team, which is fine by me. I like spending my money on the packs because I love playing this game and I love building. So what am I doing here? I'm finishing off the hallway. We're like almost at the end of the video. I think another 6 minutes. So as you guys can see, the largest part of furnishing was actually the first floor, and the second floor was like really, really easy, because both upstairs they're just children's bedrooms. And I exactly knew what I wanted to do for the children's bedrooms. I mean, at least 4 out of 5 of the bedrooms, I knew what I wanted to do. One of the bedrooms, I just went with it whilst I was building it. I was like, isn't this fun to make like an archaeological, the person that loves digging in dirt, that profession, I was like, let's make a room dedicated to that. So one of the oldest siblings, or I'm thinking he's already a young adult. So the son of the family, he's a young adult, and he really, really likes to collect, ancient artifacts. He loves going into the jungle. He's like an Indiana Jones kind of person, but he still lives at home with his mommy because it's kind of expensive, getting his own apartment. So he's still living at home. I think that is the story that I'm gonna go with. And then mom and dad have their bedroom right there on the first floor, which is really handy because when you are getting older, like I am, and stairs are sometimes a bit hard. I mean, not for me yet, but looking at my mother, she is at this point 62 years old. My mother is 62, and I see when she goes up the stairs, she's struggling so hard. So yeah, I think having a living room, Mona, having a bedroom downstairs is really handy when you're aging. So that is probably something that I need to think about for my home as well. At this point, we only have our bathroom downstairs, no bathroom upstairs, and there isn't a bedroom downstairs, but we do have enough space to add one in because there is a very large garage area, and then on the back of the garage, there's a very large open space that is not utilized at all. It's just a very open, storagey kind of space. So that we can definitely turn that into like a downstairs bedroom if we want to. I'm saying if we want to, because if that's like too expensive, I'm probably gonna pass on it because I'd rather add in skylights to my roof. I don't know if you guys know it, but we are redecorating, or not really redecorating, we are redoing the entire second floor of my house. At this point, we are living under a roof. The second floor is directly under a roof, so we have diagonal walls because that is where the roof is. And I actually want to open that up, add in some skylights and some dakkapellen. You call them dakkapellen in Dutch. I don't know the word in English, but we want to do that so that we can open up the space and add in more bedrooms. So we're starting that project somewhere in 2019, and at this point I'm actually looking for architects because apparently you cannot draw something out yourself. You need an architect to do it for you. So I'm searching for an architect at this point. But when we have all of that, figured out, I'm gonna start remodeling the entire second floor and probably a little bit of the back as well. I want to open that up, add in a serra or something like that, and I also want to demolish the garage back there, but that is all for later. But anyways, that is what is going on in my house right now. So we are furnishing now the eldest son's his bedroom, or we were furnishing that, and at this point we are furnishing the twin boys' bedroom. So for the twin boys, we are going for a lighthouse kind of vibe thingy, yeah, lighthouses, because there are like lighthouses on the beds. So that is the vibe that we are going for. And these two little boys, yes, they are boys, but you can make them girls, whatever you want. They want to be a veterinarian like their parents, which is so adorable. And that's why they have like these cats and dogs posters and little knickknacks here and there. So we are almost finished with the video. The only thing that I need to do is this bathroom and then the hallway. And I'm also gonna add in a jungle gym on the exterior of the house. So in the landscaping, Mona, I'm gonna add it to the garden. So I'm gonna add in a jungle gym because that is definitely something that we were missing, something for the children to play with. And I also forgot, by the way, to add in toddler potties. They will be there when I upload this to the gallery, but I did forget to place them whilst doing the speed build, and I also forgot to place the bin, but it will be there when you download this from the gallery. And I also tested out all the fishing spots that I added in, and they are all functional and ready to go. So everything works perfectly. I tested everything out, which is awesome. So I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed this very messy voiceover like I always do. Please let me know in the comment section if you liked it, and also if you liked it, please place your likes on the video. I mean, yeah, Mona. So yeah, if you liked it, place your likes. And if this is the first video that you are seeing from me and you don't find my weird Dutch accent annoying, please subscribe to the channel to, to see more videos of mine, hopefully more in the future. And yeah, that is basically it. I'm hoping that you all are having a lovely, lovely day wherever you are. And hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.